Hey there, everybody. You'll see we are actually outside of Hoax right now. That is because I was scouring the guide in terms of Stardust, and I noticed that we'd actually missed some. I didn't realize that there were two Stardust in this place because the part in the guide that is at Hoax doesn't say so. So I'm going to be keeping a better track of that kind of thing. So we first need to go to the Commander's office, which I think was this one. Yes, and it is in the left side of the room with the boxes of swords. What is this? Stardust. So try, if you are playing this game yourself, try not to miss this the first time because I had to go all the way through the volcano, the marshlands, just to get here because you can't just walk through completed areas, unfortunately. Now the next one, found upper left. Okay, so I believe we need to go in here. It might be... Okay, good. So we can get to the basement. So on the upper left house, get into the basement, and go to the fireplace. In the cinders, acquired Stardust. So, ladies and gents, that is the Stardust in Hoax that you should have got, that you should get much earlier than I did. So I will see you back outside where we were before. Where we will actually be going into the final section of this disc, and I look very much forward to that, so I will see you all there. As stated, we're going to come right back into where we need to progress to finish this disc, and I plan to do that in this this session. I'm going to show you the things that have changed since the last episode because I did a lot of grinding specifically for money. Other things came about that, but the reason I ground was because I found something that I could kill to gain 600 gold each time, which in this game is a lot, and I went all the way up to about 30,000 gold, gold, to where I was able to get 3 really powerful items that I really wanted. So I'll show you what they are. I last got the Ultimate War God, which allows you to do any addition successfully without, having to hit buttons, without a chance of countering. And you do it at full damage and full SP and what have you, because the one that only costs about 10% does everything at half, so it kind of blows. The other thing I got was the Legend Cask. So let me see if I can equip something else to show it off. But I can't. What it does is it gives me like a 20% chance to... Look, my magic evasion is like at 50% with Hashel now. His magic is also massive. Look, he's at 79. His weapon gives him 50. So it'd be great if I had it on Rose, because she's already incredibly talented in magic. She'd be all the way up to 100, but whatever. That's not the point. And then lastly, I got the Phantom Shield, which is the all damage is reduced by half. So we're going to put the Ultimate War God on Albert, and I will show you why in a moment. So let's see, Hashel at 29 and Dart's at 34. So we're actually going to... I want to spread the really strong items across, by the way. So that's what I'm doing. Fuck, and I can't actually equip the... I can't unequip... Actually, maybe I can unequip it. Let's see. I can't unequip the helmet until I get another one. Okay, so Dart is going to have the Phantom Shield for the time being. But let me show you what's going on addition-wise. Dart has learned a new one called Crush Dance, which we are currently getting pretty close to mastering, actually. Already more than halfway there, 'cause 80 is mastering. And it's got decent damage and decent SP accrual. With Hashel, we got... This says Fairy of Sticks, but it's actually Flurry of Sticks. Either would have made sense, River Sticks, so the Fairy of it, but Flurry he is hitting a few times. And it's already at 49. Then with Albert, we got Gust of Wind Dance. We finally mastered Rod Typhoon, and you can see I've only successfully done Gust of Wind Dance 12 times. I will actually try to show it off real quick without him using the Ultimate War God, just so you can see how difficult it really is to do. I actually got kind of good where I got it like 4 times in a row, and I felt pretty good about myself, but then it's just tough. It really is tough. So we're going to guard with everyone until we get Albert's turn. And what I will do is actually run a save state so we can try it again and again until we succeed. So round 1. Oh, okay. First try. That's brilliant. So it seems I've got this down a little bit, which is good, but it's just so hard. What? Fake power wrist. Never seen that before. Maybe it's gonna be like the power wrist, but weaker. Either or, it just sounds like something will sell, but still, that's kind of neat. Never seen that before. What is this fake power wrist all about? May slightly increase physical attack power, so 72 or so it's 5 less than the power wrist, but we're gonna use, like I said, the Ultimate War God, because 1, I already spent 10 grand on it, and 2, the chances of me actually doing Gust of Wind Dance correct all the time is very minimal. So we're gonna go into the Black Castle in Kazaz. Like I said, this is the last area of this disc. I believe it's quite lengthy, however, but there are like 6 Stardust here. This place is kind of like a town of it. Let me rephrase this. This is a town of its own. There are shops. I think there's even an inn, and we don't necessarily get arrested. Aren't you new here? Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. The first one is on the barrels inside the first building on the left. Okay. So let's go to the left. And yes, so here are the barrels. Between 2 barrels, Stardust. Let's see what these guys are talking about. First, the dragon dies. Then those in Basile lower their guard and, taking advantage of that, attack the world capital. Ah, bugger. Alright, the next one's found on the left of the treasure chest inside the first building on the right. So, right across the road. And I know I'm starting this video with us being back at Hoax. Because, you know, well, it's necessary. Wait, what did it say? Oh, I gotta go upstairs. Derp. But yeah, Stardust is very important. Once we get 20, we won't be able to get to Martel until the next disc. But once we do, we'll be able to get the first 2 items from her. So we got an attack ball, which I believe generates a random attack spell. I always find something good in these kinds of messy places. Stardust. I do love that the Stardust has, you know, like, unique little, what do I want to say? Unique little dialogues, you know, little texts. Now we need to go to the weapon shop, and I think yellow triangles indicate shops. What kind of shop are you? Are you being yelled at by your wife? Okay, so this is the guy that owns the hotel. It's been 20 years since the war started. Can we imagine how many customers come here? Do you want to know? You'll get a kick out of it. That's probably none. I don't think there's anything in here. So we're gonna skedaddle, and I think the biggest trickery being done here is that there's 6 in a relatively small area. So it's you know, people probably don't expect to find Twister Glaive. Wow, that sounds like a good new weapon for Albert. You know, people probably don't expect to find 6 Stardust in one area. Wind-based attacks as well, and it is 9 stronger, and it brings wind along with it. I don't think weapons look different in this game, but the fire's crackling. It's a sentimental sound. And I think it's brilliant that, you know, even for such an old game, what is this, 99 I think? Could be wrong, maybe 98. That there's still those little things, like the fire crackling right there. You know, there are even modern games where you don't get that kind of thing, because it's like, oh, well, we made it so visual, they should be able to see what the fucking, oh, fuck off, you know? Mysterious Adventure. Can I talk to you a little? You guys look like adventurers too. Well, well, I can tell just from how you look. Who are you? In addition, you've been on a very risky adventure. Well, well, I can smell it from your aura. You can smell my aura? What are you gonna do, punch it next? By the way, I have a great story to tell you because you appreciate the real stuff. Just between you and me, actually, I defeated the Dragon Fairy brand. Did you now? Oh, you don't trust me? Then take a look at this. It's the Feather Fairy brand. Whoa, don't touch it, you'll be poisoned by it. You trust me, right? Now I want to introduce this great product to you. It's a powerful drug that even beats dragons, the Dragon Beater. For a limited time offer, I'll give you this dragon's feather for free. Huh. Is there a guy who defeated Fairbrand in here? That guy said he did. Must be you. Come with us. Wait a minute. I'm just a drug peddler. I was lying about the dragon. Wow, you're a drug dealer? That's, intense. Well, that's what you get for trying to take our glory. And now, left of the counter of the weapon shop. What's this on the floor? Stardust. And let's see what weapons this guy has to sell, even though we're just in Lohan.
Heat Blade. Fire-based attacks. That's definitely stronger. We will, snag that. Okay. I want to start using Shauna, actually. So I might buy that, actually. Oh, hey, here I can do the thing. Good. Okay, let's get him an Armit. And... iron knee piece. Wait, how many? Oh, apparently not enough money. Whew. Well then, let's get into our stuff, because like I was saying, I want to give the Legend Cask to Dart, so... Man, oh man. Okay, let's see. Actually, I want to show it on her real fast, because you see that her freaking magic attack will go up to 100. That is just bananas. Now, I think there's a character that actually has a stronger magic attack than her, but I'm not sure. Wait, maybe I gave it to him 58. Oh, okay, never mind. I gave it to... Oh, bugger. I wanted to give it to Albert. I almost called him Lancet, which is sad, because of his really low magic defense, but he needs the Ultimate War God. So sorry about this. Armit. Oh, just the leather boots. Okay. Now we sell what we aren't using anymore in the hopes it allows us to buy that kneecap shit. And, armed. Oh, we also have all this other stuff we can sell. And I will be fast-forwarding this. I don't know why I'm telling you that, because it's going to be, well, fast-forwarded. I think fast-forward soul sounds funny. Like, whenever Mage Master does fast-forward, I get a kick out of it. He's actually the only YouTuber I've really watched that uses the fast-forward. I'm like, God, I wish others would use it, because there are parts you just don't want to watch. Oh, yeah, that sounds really nice, but it revives if you die, but I don't care. Bracelet, Night Shield, Therapy Ring. I'm gonna sell the Fake Power Wrist, because that's just silly. That should give us enough money to buy the other Iron Knee piece. Yes, that Dart needs to give him enough, or more defense, and then we'll just get rid of the leather boots, because we don't need them.
I get these look like doors, if I could traverse this at all. Who are you? My god, I lost the key to my home. That's not good. Can we help him find the key? It's locked. We cannot get inside from this door. Wow, oh my. Wonder if that'll be a thing we need to do. I don't really remember that at all, but anything's possible. Alright, now... let's just look through all the rooms, all the buildings, all the little kids. I saw the soldiers making scary faces and hanging out there. Oh, I thought he was going to say hanging a man. I was going to freak out. And that's not a rug on the floor, that is a table. The last few days, the guards became stricter. It seems they're expecting something. They're expecting me! Is this the resident's house? It says occupied. Yeah, I see that. And who are you? Those two rooms in the back are called gripping rooms. Your voice can't be heard on the outside, so they're good for releasing stress. Huh. Can I go in between the houses? Oh, I can't. The new Cerido party? Where people who won't assent to being ruled by power get together and help each other. The new Cerido party is a window to the salvation of the weak. When you're in trouble, rely on us. Interesting. Had no idea there were people here. Middle-aged man. The motto of the new Cerido party, most importantly, in the war, the powerless should protect their house, protect by fighting. I've said everything I want to say. Oh, I was thinking maybe that person walking was who I talked to, but I guess not. Okay. Very interesting. I've never known about that. That's really neat. Cool little, oh, no. Get out of my way. Thank you. I hate when NPCs do that. I really think you should be able to go through, NPCs in most games. And sorry, I am just scrolling a little bit so I can see all the, so apparently when you get to a place called Resistance Town. Thought that would be it with all the resistance chatter, all the banter, but ooh, water. You know, I really should have made myself a cup of tea. Oh, okay, yeah, that's probably the drawbridge to the castle, so I don't think we should go that way. I don't think breaking through from the front gate will work. Let's do some more research. We may find a good way to sneak in. Sorry, my British accent's shite. Bale fell. The war will end soon. Bollocks. Extra, extra. The entire force of the Imperial Knighthood occupies Bale. Fuck off. Under the ground over there is a fort. Of course it was used as a fort a long time ago. Alright, well let's go see this fort, this underground area. That's probably Resistance Town. Yeah, that looks pretty resistance-y to me. I mean, slums tend to be big areas of, you know, political backlash, because they're the people that just get ignored the most. You know, it's not fair how they're treated. Get out of my way! And I just go off and yell at one. Okay, so search the bookshelf on the top room in Residence Town. Sir, bookshelf. Wow! Yeah, they're not always amazing things. The war doesn't produce anything, it just spreads death for naught. I can kind of disagree with that. It's an unnatural stove in here. For the United States, at least, during World War I and II, war was amazing for our economy because we actually, you know, produced our own, many of our own weapons at that point. Nowadays, however, we outsource weapons, tanks, so many things to other countries that we're not even getting anything good out of war. I don't want to get all political. I'm not a fan of war, blah, blah, blah. I understand it's a necessity at times, but sometimes it's not necessary, like some of our current ones. And that's as political as I'm going to go for the rest of this episode, unless it's this game's politics. So there should be a shop here. Is this a shop? Man at weapon shop. Okay, what can you sell, sir? I just saw a weapon shop. Fatal Blizzard and Dark Mist. Those both sound really cool, but I'm not exactly trying to fill up my inventory. I think these are the barrels they're talking about. Wow! Again! And we have one final one. I think it's in this room, actually. I think it might be here. There's a stone in the water. Boom! Stardust. We now have, I believe, all 20 from Disc 1. So we no longer have to search. Now we just have to figure out who to talk to. That's a doctor up there. He can cure us of ailments. But we don't have any of those, so we don't really have any reason to go chat with him. I guess I can favorite this page and close it out. My eyes suddenly started to itch. Ah! That was really uncomfortable. And I guess just try to figure out where to go, because I don't really want to utilize the guide on where to go, but this looks pretty obvious to me. I'm mainly using the guide for, you know, Stardust. Welcome to the ruins of the underground fortress. You guys look like new faces. You want to join the new Cyrodiil party, don't you? I want to let you in, but I need to ask 3 questions. I have to check you out. Well, I have the King of Basile here, so that should be enough. First question. Which country do you want to win, Basile or Sandora? Technically? Well, Sandora's a piece of shit. That's the Duchy of Basile. Oh, I looked at what Duchy meant, and it's a place that is run by a duke. I know we talked about this episodes ago, and I looked it up and I forgot to mention it, but it's an area run by a duke. I hope I'm remembering that right. Sorry, but I cannot let you in. Okay, so he wants no one to win. He just wants peace. You know, he wants a treaty deal to happen. So this is that question alone is teaching me that this is a very pacifist group, and we're going to need to answer him in a very pacifist way. At least for that question. If he doesn't keep that up, it's going to be rather confusing. Did you think a lot? I'll ask you the same questions. First question, which country do you want to win, Basile or Sandora? I cannot say which. The important thing is to end the war as soon as possible, not winning or losing. I think so too. Always hate or spite remains after the fight, regardless of whether you win or not. The second question, during the war, what should powerless kids like us do? Take care at home. Cannot send kids to battle, but somebody has to take care so that the people fighting have some place to come back to. I agree. There's some things we can do too. The last question, why do people have to fight? It should be to protect. It should not be to destroy, and it should not be for gain. If war is to obtain or destroy something, I'll throw my sword away. I only fight to protect something. I think so too. People should only fight to protect something. I learned that from my grandpa. You had a good grandpa. Or, you had a good grandpa. But you are... I am Popo. Aw, that's a good name. I'm representative of the new Serdio party. I'm companion to help people who are having hard times because of the war. Oh shit, he's a kid. Tis amazing. I heard about the party, but didn't think the representative would be this young. Oh, did we meet somewhere? We've never met before, but you might know my face. I am Albert, the king of the Duchy of Basile. Oh my god! You are King Albert? Why don't you fucking help him with that, Kingy? Come on now. Drink my water, because apparently after not talking all day, my throat's dry. I just can't win. Talk too much and it's rough. Talk too little and it's dry. I've been waiting for this day to come. The day King Albert liberates the Gazaz and sets us free. That's what we're here for. We'll end the war now. Looking around at Kid, you're looking at Rose's really lovely leg, since she only shows one. But I don't think these few people can break through the defenses of the Black Castle. Or not. We can do it. We can't tell you how, though. They say that the power was once the card that liberated humans from Winglies. Now it is the ace to open up our own fate. Ah, it's like a dream. Now I can go looking for my father and mother when the war ends. That's sad. Ah, bugger. Don't waste time babysitting like that. Why don't you think about how to get into the castle? I'm just a kid, but I can show you how to get into the castle. Can you? Yes, this place used to be a fortress, so there's a secret path to get to the Black Castle. Secret path? Now we're closer to Dole. Come with me now. Can I save it? Please wait. If we fail, it'll be too risky for you. We will come back after the prepare. I got it. I'll be waiting at the secret path. Please hurry up. Just a good look around. So, this is where this child lives, it seems. Run down, shabby, likely, a lot of bad smells, so unfortunate. But this is what we're fighting for, to help people like this. Let's give it a save. Now, one thing I was thinking while saving was about the Ultimate War God that I got. Now, it's not just for Albert. There are going to be some incredibly difficult to execute additions that I just don't want to spend my time on at times, to where we'll be using that, and we'll get to those as we do, and so you'll see me actually bouncing that accessory around. Are you ready to go into the Black Castle? Yeah, I'm ready. Jonna, Haschel, Albert, Rose. Yeah, we are ready. The only thing left is to make it to the Black Castle. I almost gave up when I heard Bale was taken. I thought all my campaign was in vain. But I found out you were alive, Your Majesty, and we can still fight. I now see a future. Good luck. Yes, I will defeat Dole and end the war. To prevent a repetition of the sorrow of you and Celis. I guess I'll be serious for the first time in a while. For the people who desire peace, I'll fight. Going ahead. I'm going ahead. God damn it, I forget things. Rose! Ah, bugger. And I'll probably start using Rose at some point too. I want to use everybody somewhat equally, but I can't promise that'll happen. I have favorites. I have people that I specifically want to use. Okay, looking in here, looks like if we go down this first one, we'll be able to get to that chest. Oh, I thought I couldn't run for a second in here, but good. Oh, wow, we are crawling. What was that song? Crawling in the Dark by Hoobastank, I think? My brother listened to that group a lot when I was younger. So I remember that song and The Reason? I don't know him. Like, something about, like, The Reason Is You. Their stuff was mainly depressing, in my opinion. A lot of that music was, you know, that punk pop era, whatever you want to call it. Very angsty. Okay, we don't want to go that way. Let's check down here. And I tried not to get too into angsty music. I mean, people are like, ah, you listen to metal, it's so dark. I'm like, yeah, it might be dark, but it's often hopeful. Like Blind Guardians is a very medieval and Arthurian legend and Lord of the Rings, and it's just a ton of fun. Black Sabbath was horror style dark, not depressing dark. Dream Theater's just amazing lyrics. They don't fit the mold of traditional metal where everything's so dark. I mean, sure, they have like things like Dark Eternal Night and In the Presence of Enemies off the Systematic Chaos album, but aside from that, they're more intelligent. Like the great debates about stem cell research and, you know, the controversy of said research. Okay, can't do anything with that. Let's go up this ladder here. You've got things like, well, the entire second disc of 6 Degrees of Interturbulence, which is about multiple psychiatric disorders like depression and autism, PTSD, things like that. You've got something like Scenes from Memory, which is this massive concept album about a guy who in his past life was a woman who was murdered, and he's starting to find out all those events